Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome back to our Canucks GM mode. So, in last episode, we had the complete off season, and we made some big changes to our team. We released people like Kevin Fiala and Troy Stetcher, and we picked up some pretty good replacements. So we got Johnny Gaudreau now as our first line left winger, alongside of Horvat and Scheifele. Also, we have Ty Smith, who we traded for. We traded away our first round pick for this year, because I feel like we could probably make some noise again this year. And we also gave up our second, I think it was from this year and next year. So basically this year we only have our third round pick and up. And next year we still have our first. But yeah, so basically Ty Smith is an 86. So he basically is the same overall wise as Troy Stetcher was, but he's just younger by 4 years of age or something like that, or maybe even more. So he's a good little replacement there. He's an offensive defenseman. In Calgary, he put up some pretty solid numbers as well, 40-something points in the last season, and he's probably on the incline. He's probably going to grow a bit during this season. So yeah, that's basically what we did during the off season. Other than that, we didn't sign really anybody else. I was gonna hope to sign a guy named Tyson Duffy in replacement for Stetcher, but it turns out Tyson Duffy didn't go to free agency, so I had to trade away for Ty Smith instead. But Ty Smith's more than capable of doing good enough. So anyways, we're going to do the entire season sim in this video if we can, just because I'd like to get to the playoffs right away again, because I think we should be pretty automatic in winning games. Hopefully trading away or getting rid of Kevin Fiala and stuff like that didn't hurt this team, and hopefully we still actually make the playoffs. I think we should, but you never know. So let's send out our scout. We're gonna scout defensemen, because there is one thing I want to kind of do with our defensive core. At once the preseason ends, I might want to trade away Timothy Liljegren, and reason being is Liljegren is just, he's not really panned out. He puts up a lot of points, but his overall is not that good. So maybe we trade away him next season, or during the off season we release him, because he only has one more year left on his deal that we gave him way back. We gave him a 7-year contract at 1 point something. So during the preseason we go a perfect 6-0. Hopefully that continues during the regular season. So 6-0 during the preseason. And just take a look at the player stats. So we're gonna go probably 2 months at a time and then check the player stats. Trade deadline wise, we're gonna check the trade, what's on the trading block. If there's nothing available, we'll just continue. So Johnny Gaudreau led the way with 13 points in 6 games. Damn. So yeah, it looks like the first line did a lot of the points wise, unless most of it was on the power play. There was some on the power play, but not all of it. So our team doing pretty good in that preseason. Sorry about that, guys. I'm still a bit sick. So let's continue and get the season started. Let's go up till November the 1st, or December the 1st, and then we'll check player stats. And then we'll go up till March the 1st, I think. And we'll check player stats, and then we'll also go to the trading block and see what is available. So Timothy Liljegren's already injured, speaking of him, with a sprained ankle. So he gets injured in the first game of the season, which means we're going to have to call up a defenseman. So I guess a coin. You know what? Actually, let's just call up a coin and McEachern, because those guys are going to be our depth players here in the NHL. Because these guys, we need to have actually some depth players. So Coin's going to play defense in all the spots where Liljegren was. That's not that horrible. At least Liljegren's a top 6 defenseman. He's not a top 2 defender. And then in the AHL, we're just going to go best lines. There you go. So now we actually have 2 depth players. So now if we have an injury on defense, we could put in a coin. If we have an injury on offense, we just put in McEachern. So we started off the season though with 2 losses in extra time, and now Johnny Gaudreau's been injured. What is with these injuries? November 6th already, damn. So, damn, it seems like these injuries are hitting us early. Well, at least early enough. Okay, what do we want to do with the lines? Our team's going to look a lot weaker now. So Nolan Patrick, we're going to put you as the second line center. Albaline, you are left-handed, so you're going to go as the first line left winger. Wyman, you're going to go up in lines. Same with you, Samuelson. And then we're going to put as the right winger down there, we're going to put in McEachern. And McEachern's going to get switched with Festroni. Like so. There you go. Hopefully I remember how to change that up again once Goudreau is back. But we're not starting off the season that good. There's our first win finally. Up against the Devils. Player morale. So McEachern, what do you have to say? You're happy to be in the lineup. Okay. And he likes calming talk. Okay, good. Okay, let's see. Game against Colorado. Can we actually go on a winning streak now? Yes, we can. 2 games in a row. And Liljegren is back in a lineup. Hopefully all these injuries don't continue throughout the entire season, because I hate when there's a lot of injuries and I have to keep editing the lines. So at least this Liljegren change is really easy to make. There you go. But Liljegren's trade value went down a lot, though, I realized, because since he didn't grow to be like that 88 plus defender that we expected him to, he's just been like a really low trade value, but he puts up a lot of points, so I don't think he's going to want too big of a contract going into the offseason, but there are some big players we need to get back, like Bo Horvat and Corey Raffle and a bunch of others. So Goudreau is back, so now we could change our lines back to the way they were. Not Wyman. Samuelson. Go down to here, and then Festroni and McEachern, you could change spots. And then McEachern gets replaced by Goudreau. Okay, there you go. I'm hoping Goudreau doesn't retire during the offseason. If he does, for some reason, then we're going to have to pay his contract still for quite a while. But, yeah, so I think we might want to trade him, maybe not this season if he retires, but maybe next season. I brought him in on a 3-year deal. I probably should have only got him for 1 year, but I could only afford a 3-year deal, so Andrews likes his performance. Let's see if he likes calming. Yes, he does as well. Okay, good. So we are 5-2-3 in our first 10 games this season, and Blomstrand is back for the AHL affiliate. This might take a long time, this video, just because of the fact that there's been so much injuries already. So Dmitriev, I think you were the one that gets scratched. Yep, Blomstrand get in there. Blomstrand's our best defensive prospect at the moment, because we don't have a lot of defensive prospects, so that's why I'm scouting defense currently. Game against the Flyers is a loss, so yeah, our team's kind of playing good, but like we have a lot more wins than losses, and we've lost in extra time a lot more. So let's scout the OHL for defense. And we beat Montreal. Can we beat Carolina? No, we can't. And our AHL has the same kind of record almost. This is their 7-3-2, and we're 7-4-3. Make that 8-4-3 with a nice 7-1 win, and Hans Reefer's been injured. It's AHL. I don't even really care about that guy, though, because he's only like a 7th defensive potential player. There's another win, so it looks like we're losing a lot more in the extra frame than like in regulation. It's the same sort of thing, so we're 11-4-4 in our first like 20 games almost. Reefers is back. I'm just going to continue for now. Let's see, game against Nashville, and it's another loss, so we've lost 2 in a row now in regulation. Can we actually end this losing streak, boys? There's a win, 12-6-4. Hopefully that means if we're having a bad season simulation that we like you'll go far in the playoffs. So we're up here at December 1st now. Let's take a look at our player stats for the first month. Currently we're first in our division still. Interesting. But only by 8 points separating us in the last place Oilers, and wow, Mikulski is leading. Or Mikulášky, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but he's got 23 points in 23 games. This guy's actually been really, really good. I'm happy we drafted this guy. he's turning out to be a really good defender. Well, more of an offensive defender, I should say. And then Albany 19, Patrick 15, Enders 15, Wyman 15. Where the heck's Horvat, Scheifele, and Goudreau? Wow, Goudreau's only got 9 points in 8 games. Scheifele's only got 10 and 23. And where's Bo Horvat? Did I miss him? Where are you, Horvat? Oh, there he is, 14 and 23. So the first line's actually not playing that good. Maybe we have to change up our lines because the first, like, the top 6 lines look like they're all minus players. And I'm not going to change anything. We're winning games. I think that should still continue. So let's go another 2 months. Right up to the trade deadline, actually. Yeah, let's go right up to the trade deadline now. And then we'll check the trading block and we'll check player stats again and determine if we actually need to make a trade or not. And then, yeah, we'll continue a simulation if there's no trades that need to be made. So we are on looks like a 3+ game winning streak. Can we win 3 games to start December? No, we can't, as the Oilers, the worst team in the division, actually beats us. It's funny. So yeah, our AHL and NHL have still really similar records, which is not too bad. Hopefully our AHL team could win maybe another Calder Cup. They haven't won one in like the last 4 years, I think. So it'd be nice to see them win another. They won back-to-back ones, I think, before as well. So we got an injury again, and it's Corey Raffles, our young prospect. Well, not prospect, but young rookie, has been injured for looks like a week or so with an injured shoulder. Yeah, that's not too horrible. But still, it's going to hurt his chance at getting maybe the Rookie of the Year. If he is even up there in points, I don't even know. I didn't check his points today. So McEachran will just replace him for now. Hopefully he grows nicely during the off season. And Raffles back just like that. So he only missed 1 game, I think. So McEachran, you're out of there again, and Raffle, you're there. And we're going to put you back there and there. Okay. So we're on a 3-game losing streak currently. Hopefully that doesn't hurt our playoff chances. But then again, we're only in the first half of the season still. Still lots of time to play. 4-game losing streak, and now we have a scouting assignment. We're going to go to the WHL for defensemen. And then we're going to go back to the QMJHL for defensemen again and just go all throughout Canada again for defensemen, pretty much. There we end our losing streak with a win over LA and a win over Arizona. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention where Kevin Fiala and Troy Stetcher signed during free agency. So Stetcher signed with the Winnipeg Jets, and Kevin Fiala, he signed with the LA Kings. So both those guys kind of signing in the Western Conference, so we might play them a lot. We might play them in the playoffs for all we know. I don't think we've ever played LA in the playoffs, maybe once. Winnipeg we might have played once as well, but Winnipeg is definitely going to be a good team, I know for sure, in the future, just because they have some really good prospects. So waiver claim Lucas Hayter, medium top 6 defenseman, but he's only a 75. Yeah, he's not that good. Yeah, I'm not going to claim him. He's got good potential, but he's 24 already, so he's not going to turn out to be anything. So let's continue. Our record still looks not that bad. The AHL team looks like they might be on to winning a kind of like a President's Trophy down there. I don't know what they call it down there. So Noah Schneider is back for the AHL affiliate. I think he was here. No, he wasn't here. Or maybe he was. I don't even know. I'll just leave it. Game against Toronto, we went 8-4. Can we beat Arizona again? No, we lose 4-1. So Thatcher Demko beats his former team. And we beat the Rangers. So, yeah, this season's kind of on and off. Like, it's a good record, but there's a lot of regulation losses as well. So, if we just squeak into the playoffs, hopefully we have a good playoff run then. Because I know if we win, like, the President's Trophy, we might not win the Stanley Cup. Because usually when you finish, like, first in the league, you aren't that good in the playoff simulation-wise. So Oli Uolivi has been now injured with a mild concussion for like a week. So now another injury, and this one's to our top defenseman. So I guess a coin, you're going to have to replace him. But Mikulski, since you've been playing really well, you're going to play as our top defender alongside Nazarov. And we moved Janus up, and we put a coin there against playing with Liljegren. So hopefully Mikulski can play good on that top defensive pairing. Hopefully him and Nazarov play good defensively too, and they don't let in a lot of goals considering they're offensive defensemen. Well, we won 2 games with them as the top 2 pairings, so maybe it's a future pairing. I think we might want to move Uolivi though eventually, because Uolivi has not been like producing as well. So Wyman likes his extra ice time. That is good. I don't know what he likes again. He doesn't like calming, I don't think. Let's just go with that. Boom. Oh wow, that pissed off the entire team. I did not mean to do that. Now we're probably gonna lose because of that, right? No, we win still. Okay, good. And Uolivi's already back. Good news. So Uolivi to replace a coin. And then Uolivi could go back up here. Janus down to the 3rd defensive pairing. There you go. Game against Arizona, and we lose again, but now at least Uolivi should be recovering from his injury coming up. We're in February now, so we got like another month to the trade deadline. I'm probably not going to make any trades. And I might look off of, I might look at the trading block off of, I might just cut it out though, and then just tell you guys if I find anything. So Kramer Rosa, though, we got a trade offer. Is that the guy that used to play for us? No, he didn't. 3rd round pick and Lautner, no thanks. I don't need any bottom 6 kind of guys at the moment. Because Fistrani should be growing now in overall wise, or he should be for next season at least. So scouting assignment. So let's go back to the QMJHL like I said I was going to do. We're just going to scout in Canada this year because bring in a good, maybe Canadian prospect defender. Player morale, let's see. So McEachern's not liking his ice time probably up. Let's just go calming. He likes calming still, so that's good. But McEachern hasn't really turned out to be anything huge because, at the draft, he came out as a 78, but he hasn't grown since really. He's only grown to an 80, 81. So I think we might release him also during the offseason because he's probably going to want a one-way deal. And we might not be able to afford him in cap. So still a bit of an on and off season. 33, 20, and 5. Not the greatest, not the worst either. Our HL team looks like they've dropped a few games in the last little while, though, which is not good, but hopefully they still make the playoffs. Game against Columbus is a 3-1 win, and we have 2 more games before the trade deadline. And there's a shootout win, and a game against Colorado. Once it loads up, trade deadline is upon us, so I know. Bertram for a 3rd. Bertram was our 3rd from this year. I don't know how good this guy's going to be, so I will wait on that. And there you go. So up at the trade deadline, our record is 37, 22, and 5, and we're hovering in that playoff spot, so that's actually pretty good. Let's take a look at the player stats quickly, and then I'm going to check the trading block without you guys seeing, and if I find anything, you guys will see a potential trade. If not, we'll go back to simulating the remainder of the season. It's just because the video is already up at 20 minutes, and then if I cut the part of me looking it out, it should be still a decent amount of time. So, Mikulski, 50 points. Wow. 22 goals. This guy's been amazing. He's tied for the lead in goals with Nazarov, so our defense is getting the most goals. Albolino's leading the way with 54 points in 64 games. Goudreau, 50. This entire team looks like they're putting up some good numbers, considering the 4th line even has 20-something points. The worst is Janus, and then McEachern had 4 points in 5 games. So, yeah, it's only Janus really that doesn't put up numbers, even though he's an offensive defenseman. But oh well, I don't mind that. So let's just check goalies quickly because we didn't check that last time. So Gravel, 33, 15, and 4, 2.4, 916, 3 shutouts, and then Lundberg 4-7, 3.57 and 884. Okay, so I'm gonna check the trading block quickly, guys, and then I'll get back to you in a sec. Okay, guys, we're back. So I didn't find really any trades I wanted to make. A lot of guys were on 1-year deals. So we could have brought in potentially somebody to help with a playoff run, but we don't really have a lot of cap space available. We only had like 4 million, so I just decided we're not going to make any trades again. So hopefully you guys understand that, because there was players like Braden Holtby or Sidney Crosby that were in their last like year of their deal and probably going to retire soon. Like, they could have had a chance to win the Stanley Cup and then retire with us, but we don't have the cap space for those type of guys, so we'd have to trade away like players like on the bottom 6, like Samuel Bitton, who I don't really want to trade away. Chris Wyman, that sort of idea. So currently we are 41-23-6, so we should be making the playoffs guaranteed with a record like that. We should be clinching pretty soon, I think. And our AHL team now looks like they went on a big winning streak, 36-22-6. Send out our scout again. Let's go to the OHL again for defensemen, because we have enough prospects in other positions. We need more NHL ready defensemen. There's the win against the Oilers in Nashville. Can we get 50 wins on the season? That's my goal, I guess. But I don't know if we'd win the cup if we get that much wins. Game against the Ducks and is a shootout loss. And game against Arizona, or we have 2 games against Arizona, who looks like they may be making the playoffs as well. So we might have to face Thatcher Demko, actually. That would be interesting to face Thatcher Demko in the first round of the playoffs. Last time we played Arizona, he was our goalie. So Henrik Samuelson's been injured. That is not good. That's a bottom 6 kind of injury. Well, actually 4th line injury. So we'll just replace him with McEachern. I should have just one replaced player. And like that. Boom. Come on, guys. Let's just clinch our playoff spot. We should have already clinched, I think. Samuelson's already back. So McEachern, you're getting out of the lineup again. This video is probably going to be a bit longer just because of the fact that of all these injuries that have happened this year, because usually we don't get a ton of injuries, but we've already qualified for the playoffs, I think it just said recently. So we have made the playoffs. Our AHL team is making the playoffs. It's going to be hopefully another good year here in Vancouver. So let's take a look at our final player stats for the season. So we finished 2nd in our division. It looks like, yep. And we're up against the Arizona Coyotes in round number 1. So we are getting to play Thatcher Demko and the Arizona Coyotes. So let's take a look at the player stats for the season, the team standings, all that stuff. So we'll start with the team standings. We'll also look at the playoff tree. So the entire league. So the Florida Panthers winning the President's Trophy this year. We are actually kind of close to winning one, but the Florida Panthers take it. So we don't have another President's Trophy. We got 3 in 5 years, which is not horrible. Goals for per game on average. We were the 2nd best team in the league, just behind Florida. Defensively, we weren't the greatest. We were maybe around the middle. Power play looks like, yeah, it was pretty good. It was top 6 in the league, 6th in the NHL. And our penalty kill, was it good? That's what I want to know. Our penalty kill was also top 7 in the NHL. And we had 6 shorthanded goals, which was the 2nd best in the league. Well, yeah, tied for the 2nd best in the league. Home record 22-13-6. Away record 26-12-3. And we are 7-1-2 in our last 10. So hopefully that means we still play good going into the playoffs. Let's take a look at the player stats and then the playoff tree. And then we'll take a look at Arizona's lines. And then that will be it for this video. So I apologize if it's a bit of a long one. So Goudreau led us with 66 points. Horvat was 64. Mikulski was 62. And he's up to an 87 now. So this guy is turning out to be really good. 28 goals. Him and Nazarov both with 28 goals, actually. So our defenders had the most goals. That is interesting. Nazarov's up to an 88 as well, so these guys might be ready to be our top 2 defenders next season, so we might have to get rid of Uolivi during the offseason. So that is that. Wait, how did Raffle do? I should check also. So Alboline 62, Shifley 61, Patrick 54. But Nazarov only had 36 points, but 28 of them were goals, which is kind of interesting. Ty Smith came over and put up 36 points. Uolivi 35. Where are you? Oh, Raffle 32 points. Not a bad rookie season, but he was a -10, so that's not good. Goalies, Gravel was 42, 17, and 6, 2.37, and a 9.17. Lundberg started to pick it up near the end, 7, 8, and 1, 3.55, and an 8.87. No shutouts. So that is that. Now let's take a look at the playoff tree, and then we'll take a look at what Arizona's lines look like. Hopefully, Demko didn't have a really good regular season. So you got Minnesota and Winnipeg, Anaheim and Nashville, us in Arizona, Edmonton and LA. And then in the East, you got the Islanders and the Blue Jackets, the Flyers and the Hurricanes, the Sabres and the Red Wings, and the Panthers and the Devils. So that is the playoff tree for the 2026-27 season. Hopefully we could get on to that second round again. Hopefully we could get past our former goaltender. Let's just take a look at what they look like. We haven't played them in the playoffs in a couple years. On paper, what did it say? We have better offense, we have worse defense somehow, and we have better goaltending. So I guess Gravel must be better than Demko, or they might be the same. Or their backups, a weak backup or something like that. So view opponents. So Max Domi, Dylan Strome, Anthony Duclair. Not a really good first line. Lawson Krause, Ryan McInnes, and Brandon Perlini. Kind of a weak second line as well. Mikhail Grigorenko, Francis Mayer, Riley Sutter. Grigorenko is good for a third line, but the rest are kind of weak. Fourth line, Nathaniel Getzlav and Adam Henrique, who's dropped off considerably, and Lou Dunda. So, yeah, this seems a little weak on the offensive side. But defensive, Chitrin and Ekman Larson, 89-89, that's really nice. Then you got D'Angelo and Stock, 87-86. And Kincaid and Vermette, 82-81. Goalies, there he is, Thatcher Demko, 88, and Bryant Montoya, 83. So, not the scariest team, but it is scary that Demko is over there. And then scratch, they have Reeder, Dorset, and Gugno. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Canucks GM. Sorry it was a bit long. I just had to get through that season simulation. So the next episode, we'd be doing the playoffs. So anyways, like I said, next episode, we'll take on the Arizona Coyotes. Well, I should say Thatcher Demko in the Arizona Coyotes, and hopefully get back to the second round of the playoffs. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.